Well, welcome one and all to the K.O.E Nation for a very special announcement. Amy Coney Barrett is now Justice Barrett. She has officially been confirmed to the Supreme Court of these United States. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., here to give you the hard-hitting analysis and to get right ahead of this so you, everybody out there in the K.O.E Nation, can be up to speed as to what's going on here. Now, Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed just a few short minutes ago, and she is now Justice Barrett for those who have just joining us. And if you are joining us, please, you know it's the right thing to do. Like, share, subscribe. It keeps you up to date on the up-to-the-minute updates of things like this. Amy Coney Barrett is now officially a justice on these Supreme Court of this United States. And we have a comment here. Always waiting. Well, thank you for waiting, Justin Chris. We appreciate it, you philosopher king, you nonetheless. And we are here on Facebook, on Big Bucket Entertainment, on YouTube, also the Dog and Chicken Show. Of course, K.O.E Nation, where you keep up with all your K.O.E content. And be sure to like, share, subscribe to all of it. The Big Bucket Entertainment empire expands by the day. The fact that you're all here, you're now all denizens of the K.O.E Nation, which is really the most smart, beautiful, handsome, well-informed, and just beautifully big-brained people and fan base that anyone could ever ask for. So thank you all for being here. Now, this evening, it just needs to be said, and we need to get out ahead of it, folks. Justice Amy Coney Barrett is now on the Supreme Court. What do you think is going to come from this? I can give you my analysis, which, it's my show. It's what you're here for. I believe this is going to affect some of the legal challenges that we might have seen going into the election. There's going to be some. I don't know how else to put it. We were going to have some sort of legal challenge in one way or another. But now the fact that we have a full Supreme Court and it's actually official, I think we're actually going to see not as many challenges. But grow the farm up with your comment, confirm for realsy, no Democrat takesies, backsies. What will Susan Collins do? Actually, grow the farm up, and thank you for stopping by. And for anybody watching, definitely go check out Grow the Farm Up on YouTube. He's at the cutting edge of some pretty crazy stuff in the world of agriculture. He could do it far more credence better than I, so definitely go to Grow the Farm Up. Give him a like, share, subscribe as well. But yes, Grow the Farm Up, confirmed, just happened a few minutes ago, and the Democrats are doing literally, it was kind of like an Onion sketch a few years ago where the Republicans were going to walk and talk in slow motion to try and obstruct the Obama agenda. That was the joke. The Democrats were literally doing it today. They were calling, pretty much anytime Charles Schumer could get up to the podium, he would call a vote to dismiss. And so they'd have to have all the senators come and vote all over again whether or not we're dismissing this. But no, she has been confirmed 52-48, which means one Republican defector actually crossed over. So, and keeping with your comment, there's some people that believe it was Susan Collins. We don't know, but that's the suspicion. But yes, we officially have a 9-person Supreme Court as of this evening. The Senate has officially confirmed 52-48. Amy Coney Barrett is now an Associate Justice of this Supreme Court of these United States. So as I was saying, I think this is going to change the amount of people who are going to actually file injunctions, because now we have a bit more sureness going forward. Now, does this change anyone's votes going forward? I don't know, because you could make the argument either way that it energizes the right or it disincentivizes the right, or it energizes the left, or it, kind of disincentivizes the left. You could make the argument really either way as to who's going to be, energized by this. And we're going to have to wait, sounds like, about 9 more days to find out. And when we do get there, also be sure to check us out right here at Big Bucket Entertainment for our live election night coverage. I don't know what time that's going to start. We're still discussing that, but we will definitely be here election night to give you the minute-to-minute update for each state and the analysis of what that means. But the analysis for what this means going forward, and we got another comment from Grow the Farm Up. I'm pretty sure Susan Collins came out this morning and said she wasn't going to vote for the judge. Not because she wasn't qualified, but she wanted to be consistent. Well, we'll see if that ends up helping Susan or not. I don't know. Like, at that point, for Susan, you could have made the argument either way. Would it have helped or hurt you? This is an interesting... we'll see what happens going forward, but there's always that, it was bipartisan support against the Supreme Court nominee. Oh, you'll be hearing that going forward for some time, but I don't think it really matters at this point. She is now a Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. She will serve for life. She is very young for a Supreme Court nominee. Let me see if I got it pulled up here. Yes, I do. Amy Coney Barrett was born, let me see if I got it here. There we go. She is 48 years old. She is amazingly young. She was born January 28th, 1972, and she was a graduate of Notre Dame, amongst other academic achievements. She's been a judge for some time, and now she will serve for life for decades, it looks like. And I'm over here celebrating this evening with some Dalmore 18. Let me there we go. The Dalmore 18, some marvelous single malt scotch, just a marvelous sipper. Chocolatey berry goodness. You'll have to give it a shot sometime, Grow the Farm Up. I think you'll like it. But so, yes, at this point... and yes, my mystery off-camera assistant is also giving the thumbs up. So she will be taking the seat that was once occupied by one Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she will hold it now for goodness, who knows how long. We have no idea how long we all hold this mortal life. But going forward... and we got crop cover. Thank you for coming, crop cover. Confirmed on Hillary Clinton's birthday. Yes, of all things. That, that wasn't done intentionally, but the fact that it just lined up like that was just like, wow. On Hillary Clinton's birthday, they confirm Ruth Bader Ginsburg's replacement. Boy, that is one of those nights that I don't know what bottle you reach for. if that's your honest, I don't know what bottle Hillary would have to reach for in that instance. That would be quite the bitter pill to swallow. But yes, so we have a new confirmed Supreme Court justice, a 9-person Supreme Court. And going forward, any challenges in this election is no longer going to be tied, and we're not having to rely on Roberts to be the tiebreaker. There is now, for the first time in our life, actually, for the first time in my life anyways, in my lifetime, this is the first time we've had a truly pronounced conservative Supreme Court, where even the wobbly conservative, we still have a majority regardless. So we're going to see what happens in the next few years, and that's going to be very interesting. But I was making the point over on the Dog and Chicken Show, which definitely check them out. Like, share, subscribe to the Dog and Chicken Show so you can keep up with some more appearances of this beautiful mug when I'm out, in my varying appearances all over the internet. They all need me to come in to help with the ratings and such. I understand. I understand. It's a tough job. But what I'm getting at is going forward with any of these potential election challenges, you're gonna see it go a definitive way. But yes, this kind of changes everything, because going forward, like I made the point on the Dog and Chicken show. Now I remember where I was going, folks. I was there the whole time. If the Republicans can hold the Senate, most importantly of all, or the presidency, really, more importantly, the Senate, the culture war is kind of over. The Supreme Court, a conservative Supreme Court, will have the 36 months it needs to basically enact enough and expand enough rights on the right. Hey, there we go. There's a double entendre there. Expand enough rights that people on the right care about, like things like gun rights and like sort of like libertarian-minded things, that this particular chapter of the culture war will be over. It'll finally be over. We can close the book on that. A new one will arise. We know that. That's just the way people are. There's just nothing you can do about that. But yes, Halloween spooky is coming up. But oh man, if there was ever a year to have a politically themed Halloween costume, this would be the one. But so really, if the Republicans hold the Senate, pretty much it. The culture war has been won. And if the Democrats are not allowed to pack the court in these 36 months leading after the election, then that's pretty much it. Like we will have the time we need to get the decisions we need before the Supreme Court. If you happen to be a conservative American, these would be the decisions that you're looking forward to. So this is interesting time. For the first time in our lives, the actual bend of the Supreme Court has been to a conservative, originalist interpretation, which hasn't been the case since the 70s. And now, here's the interesting thing, because I actually interpret an originalist judge as non-biased, as being down the middle, as being a fair judge. But like I made the point on the Dog and Chicken show, you'll notice that justices appointed by Democrat presidents, they tend to get what they want. They vote very much along the ideological lines. Now, this is something that needs to be said. Oh boy, let me wet my whistle for this one. Conservatives, you're going to hate me when you see this. It's happening in our lifetime. I don't know when, probably sometime in the next 15 years. A Democrat president and a Democrat Senate will eventually probably happen in the next 20 years. The pendulum swings back and forth. That's the way it is. And when a Supreme Court seat becomes open, you're going to hate me when you see the Democrats nominate Barack Obama to the Supreme Court of the United States of America and get confirmed. It's going to happen. We actually have precedents for it in U.S. law. President Taft actually served as U.S. president, and then after his term was nominated to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. So in that man's life, he wielded a tremendous amount of political power in America. But we have precedents for this, and you're going to see Barack Obama, and I'm predicting it, he will eventually become an associate justice for the Supreme Court, and he'll get confirmed. He'll sail right on through. Quite a few of his colleagues will still be there in the Senate. So I don't see any reason why it wouldn't happen. So yes, you're going to see Barack Obama come back into public life. I know. But hey, when they have the Senate and they have the presidency, they can make their nominee when there's actually an opening. They don't get to pack the court. That does not make the Supreme Court a co-equal branch of government anymore. So you'll see that one get smacked down one way or the other. Just trust you me. The Supreme Court's not going to stand idly by and allow its own power to be curbed. That's generally not how statecraft generally works in the 20th, 21st, or hell, even 19th century for that matter. But that's what I predict going forward, folks, as we are going to see some interesting decisions. But the idea that people are going to say, "Oh my God, I'm going to lose this right, or I'm going to lose that right," there is no precedent for the Supreme Court in the last 100 years taking back a right that it had previously granted to citizens. There's no precedent for that. If there is, I would love for you to drop it in the comments and let me know what kind of precedents we have for such a decision, but I've never seen one. So the idea that this right's going to get rolled back or this right's going to get rolled back, I don't know. That's not going to happen. Supreme Court justices consider themselves bound by previous decisions. I think it's called stare decisis or something like that. And that's what's going to bind them to previous decisions. So people worried about like gay marriage and other like really hot button culture war issues, you're not going to see those get rolled back, but you're going to see things like I said earlier, like gun rights and things like that get expanded further. Because John Roberts even said to his colleagues, "We're not expanding any gun rights under my court." And that was why earlier this year, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was still seemingly very healthy and everything was going fine. So we were all kind of counting on the court that we had 6 months ago going forward. So we had all kind of made that calculation. And so there was 10 different Supreme Court cases that were going to come before the courts, and none of them got certification because the 4 actually conservative justices, because you only need 4 justices to give a case certification. And the 4 conservative justices all said, well, shit, Roberts has gone wobbly. So if we have the wrong decision here and Roberts decides to go with the liberal side of the court, we could have like Sonia Sotomayor or Ruth Bader Ginsburg writing the majority opinion for a Second Amendment case, and God only knows what gun rights would look like at that point. So with that being their general point of reference, they had to deny all 10 Second Amendment cases this year. But within the next 36 months, you can expect to see some very interesting Second Amendment jurisprudence coming down the pike. And we have a comment here from Roger White. Roger White says, "I hope Collins gets voted out. We will see what happens to her on election night." You know, I get the feeling that she was probably one of those, I am not going to vote this way unless I am needed as the tiebreaker. She needed an out to go back to her voters so she could say, look at me, I'm down the line and I'm consistent. So she didn't vote with the Republicans, but she, it didn't really mean anything. So it's kind of like Mitt Romney's impeachment vote. Like, I get the feeling that if it would have actually come down to the wire, it might have gone the other way. But thank you for coming, Roger White. Thank you for stopping by the show. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, kind sir. And yes, we will see. You could make the argument either way if voting for or against helps her interstate, because as much as I hate to say, the show, Our Cartoon President, which has finally kind of found its voice again, there was a joke about Susan Collins having to make a definitive vote, and Chief Justice John Roberts just looks at her and goes, Susan Collins, just go be a lobbyist. So that's kind of what I get the feeling she would like to do, is just go be a lobbyist. But I don't know. I mean, we will see what happens. The people of her state will speak, and we are a very few short days away. But also, Roger White, be sure to check out She's a Rhino, Republican in name only. Roger, there's quite a few of those in Washington, unfortunately. She was helpful on the tax cut, so there's times that she's been like I shudder to think of just throwing out a Republican senator when our majorities are so slim, but we will see what the people of her state have to say. It's just, yes, she is kind of a rhino, but it's kind of like Lindsey Graham, who's another guy who's having a pretty slim race. He's heading back home. Like, he's on a plane back to South Carolina now. Like, he needs to be back there going up against, God, I can't remember the guy he's running against. I can't remember his name at the moment. But, every election, the Democrats like to shove all their chips into one Senate race. Last time around, they pushed all the chips into Beto O'Rourke beating Ted Cruz, and it didn't work out. This time, they're pushing all the Senate chips into knocking off Lindsey Graham and taking his Senate seat. We'll see what happens there. That one's going to be close. That one's going to be fascinating. But what I was saying about Susan Collins is kind of like Lindsey Graham, of just like, the minute you do something that makes me just like, God damn it, then they come right back around like, damn it. Okay. It's like kind of like Lindsey Graham whenever there's gun control legislation coming down the pike. And then he comes back through force, and also the Supreme Court justices. So we will see if Lindsey Graham's big gamble on pushing these Supreme Court justices through really pays off. And we're going to find out in a few days. I don't really know. Lindsey Graham's Senate election, Pennsylvania, and let's see, Minnesota and Wisconsin are four elections that I don't know which way they're going to swing this year. I don't know. Pennsylvania, regardless of who's actually declared the winner on election night, that's going to court. The Supreme Court's probably going to decide which way Pennsylvania goes. Wisconsin and Minnesota, in my predictions, literally either of those states could go either way. They have the same amount of electoral votes. So I just give one to Biden, one to Trump, so the calculations are a lot easier. Those I don't quite know, and Lindsey Graham's Senate vote. Now, it might be kind of like Mitch McConnell's Senate vote 4 years ago. Everyone thought, we're going to get rid of Mitch. Mitch is going to be gone, and he trounced his opponent. The polling wasn't even close. We'll see what happens. I can't stand Graham. All talk and no action. Like I said, again, Roger White. And also, Roger, please definitely swing by here on election night for our election night coverage. We are going to have a whole lot of people here. Dog might be here. Chicken's going to be here. Tom, a whole cast of characters. We're all going to be keeping up with all the mainstream media outlets to be calling when each outlet calls each state. So we're actually going to have the best election coverage of anybody on the internet easily. Right now it's pretty damn good. What can I say? But Graham, if you're a Republican, he's one of those. It's the classic joke from. Thank you, Roger. Thank you. Yes, we'll be here pretty much all night until we got an actual winner, and then we'll probably toast a drink to whoever the winner is. Now, if we don't know that night, we'll see what happens. It's like, all right, who's spelling who for bathroom breaks? Hey, Justin, you'll be around? Well, thank you. We will love to have you. It'll be a good time. It'll be a celebration of democracy. I might actually go and get some footage of the votes being tabulated if I can do that, because literally my polling place is 2 blocks from my house, literally 2 blocks, and it's open to the public when they're counting the votes. So I might actually, kind of show like, yes, this is me. Like I'm at least going to take my phone and be like, hey, everybody, I'm going in to physically vote. Hey, everybody, I left physically voting, because the shit I have talked on the Dog and Chicken show about how you need to go vote physically, I better do it physically in person that day, because that's I encourage everybody, if you want your vote to actually count on the day, 100% sure, go vote at your physical polling place. The likelihood of some lawyer in some state filing an injunction to get all mail-in votes thrown out is almost, like, I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's a non-zero chance. There is a non-zero chance that you have some lawyer come along and say, we're just throwing out all the votes in this state that are mail-in. Just the day of votes are going to be valid. There's too much chicanery, too much tomfoolery. Hey! Also check him out on YouTube, and also I think he's a Twitch streamer now too. So, and we got a comment from Tony the Rod. Will the Republicans pack the court, Phil? Will they pack the court? Are they going to pack the court? No, they're going to fill seats when they come open. The question is, will the Democrats, if they gain power, do such a thing? Now, I think the fact that neither Kamala Harris nor Joe Biden will even say what their opinion is on that is kind of disqualifying. Like the fact that he has an opinion, but he doesn't think we deserve to know it. He even says, no, they don't deserve to know it. And we're not going to get we're not, and I know you're being facetious, pack the court, but we're not going to get a clarification on that either. Because another thing to be stated is Joe Biden has put a lid on the rest of his campaign. He stopped campaigning. He is not going to make any more appearances for the next 9 days. Now, there's several reasons for this. One of them was, I believe it was either Wisconsin or North Carolina. Barack Obama came to give a big speech. Hey, that's some star power, right? We got Obama. Of course we're going to have a big rally. The media, even the media that was, pretty sympathetic to the Biden cause, had to admit that there was 80 people there. So Barack Obama was able to draw 80 people. There was literally, and I'm not making this up, a rally in North Carolina where Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, both there, drew 10 people. Yeah, these are the rally numbers that they're pulling in. And Donald Trump, meanwhile, is able to pack places whenever he's allowed to and wherever he can go. And now, as he said himself, he has a glow of immunity. So I am completely immune, 100%. The best immunity. No immunity was ever better. So that is what he's got going for him, is he can rally now for the next 9 days. And if Trump can get you in front of him, he can motivate you to vote for him. That is his one unique skill as a salesman and an man who truly understands crowd psychology. He can sell the idea that you need to vote for me more than anything else in this world. He's amazing at it. Justin Chris, hate to say it, but Trump looks like he's just got a bad spray tan. Well, I get it, Justin Chris, but at the same time, let's see how well any of our complexions are looking at 74. My God, people are giving a 74-year-old man shit about his complexion. But I get it. Like sometimes it's a little more obvious than others. But I hope I'm looking quite that good at 74. We'll see. At this point, Lord, just let me make it that far. But we'll see what happens with that. But yes, I do understand what you're saying there. But I actually said after his COVID thing, and he actually recovered from it and he came out, I said, Trump needs to change something about his physical presentation, just to because he's all about the visuals. I said if he can at all grow a beard, he needs to emerge from the hospital with a beard. That would look amazing on him. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we will see which way it goes. But yes, we've got Biden not campaigning for the next 9 days. Trump is having 5 rallies a day in the swing states, motivating people to come out and vote for him, he has a shot. There's like people who are saying that it's not going to happen, that, you know, like if you believe the polls, I'm sorry, there's a thing called suppression polls. But Justin Chris with another, it must be the low light outside right now. Oh, of course, yes. But grow the farm up with a comment. Orange man bad, hive mind. Yeah, I've seen that all over the internet, the orange man bad memes. Yeah, meme culture. We have a president that was brought into power by a meme culture, and he might be reelected by it. We're going to see what happens here real shortly. Really, win, lose, or draw, the fact that meme culture was able to get a person this far into the seat of power and even damn near or actually did elect him, that's quite a statement. Tony the Rod, Rudy Giuliani and the 15-year-old. What's going to happen? What actually happened is Rudy Giuliani, apparently, according to what he said, he just went back on the bed, tucked his shirt in, got back up, and the person that was with him wasn't a minor. It's some sort of Borat sketch, from what I understand. And this is to kind of distract from the fact that it's Rudy Giuliani that's breaking the big story right now about Hunter Biden. And, yeah, I'm not going to get into all that. That is some bad stuff that's starting to come out on that. But I just want to say that it's looking like that my original thesis is turning out to be true. Now, guys, Tony, grow the farm up, Justin. You know how much I hate to say I told you so, right? But I fucking told you so. Oh my God, it's marvelous. When I said a few weeks ago that it appears that Hunter Biden was the pass-through for his father, where he would get these big cushy jobs out in wherever, Ukraine or China. His father's basically the reason he gets this job. And then when he gets all this money, a portion of that makes its way back to Joe Biden. From what I've read, technically legal, but it was clearly never intended to have this level of scrutiny on it. Because the laptops is a little much. Like, we've got, now I think what really completes it is the fact that it's visual. That's got all these pictures of Hunter doing awful things. And some of them I've heard, I've heard awful rumors, and I don't even want to get into them. You can look those up for yourself. Oh wait, no, you can't. But that was really a strange thing, is that the mask really slipped on the fact that big tech and the big media tried to disappear the story, and it totally had the Streisand effect. Now everybody's talking about it, and everywhere you get, especially right-wing circles, and again, the meme culture is eating Hunter Biden alive with the memes they're coming up with. But yes, now Justin Chris, she has been sworn in. Yes, Amy Coney Barrett is the Associate Justice of these United States of America. It has happened, folks. This flag right here. She is now, thank you for bringing this back on point. And whatever you got, folks, I'm going to steal a line from Scott Adams, but grab your cup, your chalice, your mug, your tankard, your vessel, your stein, your flask, your canteen, your vessel of any kind. Raise it in your own toast, whatever you're drinking, alcohol, non-alcoholic, whatever you have. Raise it up in a toast, regardless of where you are. One, Amy Coney Barrett has ascended to justice of this Supreme Court of this United States. Congratulations, Justice Barrett. We will see. We will see where it goes from there, folks. But, it's at this point that I realize that one of the most important things I can do is leave the audience wanting just a little bit more. But a preview of things to come. I'm going to be checking in, because we are now just a few short days away. I am going to be checking in almost every night, if not every night now, for the lead up to the election, because we need the daily analysis. We need the daily hard-hitting analysis of your king of extreme, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man who makes the other podcast cower. You need me to give you the hard-hitting facts of the day, and this is also a great time for us to all just kind of get together and assess where we're going from here, folks. So all you folks in the audience, Tony the Rod, Grow the Farm Up, Justin, Chris, everybody that was crop cover, everybody that was here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe because you know it is the right thing to do. You know that here at K.O.E Nation, at Big Bucket Entertainment, you know this is where you need to be. So give us a subscribe so you can keep up with this gorgeous mug. And you can keep up with all of your K.O.E content because we are going to be here to give you nightly, daily updates leading up to the election. And we're going to be giving you all day coverage on election night. Going to be giving you each state as they are announced right here, simulcast with the Tomfoolery Show, K.O.E Nation, and most importantly of all, the Big Buckin' Entertainment Empire. Make sure that you come here because this is the place to see it, and we are all going to experience it together. Now, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for being part of this amazing audience of some of the most amazing people one host could ever hope for. You folks make it all worth it. Yes, and we got on the way out a couple of, it's an extreme election. Yes, you're right, Grow the Farm Up and mixing King Alexander. Ew, no, I'm not going to mix King Alexander with Angel's Envy. Yuck. But, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. This is the place for your election coverage. Like, share, subscribe to K.O.E Nation because you know it's the right thing to do. Thank you for joining us, folks. I'm going to take off. I will see you tomorrow night. Later, y'all. Thanks for joining us.